नमस्कार, सिनेपाटी टिभीमा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। सरकारले लिपुलेक लिम्पी अधुरा सहित नेपालका स्थानलाई समेटेर नेपाली नक्सा सार्वजनिक गरिसके पश्चात सारा नेपालीमा खुसियाली छाएको छ। आखिर आफ्नो देशको स्वाधीनताको कुरा हो। यसैबीच विगत लामो समय अर्थात् भनौँ आफ्नो करियर भारतमा बनाएर सफलता पाएकी नेपाली अभिनेत्री मनिषा कोइरालाले पनि देशको खुसियालीमा आफ्नो खुसी बाँडेकी थिइन्। मनिषाले परराष्ट्र मन्त्री प्रदीप गेवालीले नेपालको नयाँ नक्सा पारित भएको विषयमा गरेको ट्विटलाई रिट्विट गरेकी थिइन्। हाम्रो सानो देशको आत्मसम्मान कायम राख्न सफल भएकोमा धन्यवाद। अब हामी तीन महान देशहरूबीच शान्तिपूर्ण र सम्मानजनक संवादका लागि आशावादी छौँ, उनले लेखेकी थिइन्। यही ट्विटलाई लिएर भारतीय मिडिया मात्र होइन, भारतीय जनता समेत उनीमाथि खनेका छन्। उनलाई भारतको खाएर चिनको इसारामा चल्ने भन्दै उनको खण्डन गरिएको छ। यसरी उनीमाथि भारतीय मिडिया खनिनु अनि एक नागरिकले आफ्नो देशको लागि देखाएको प्रेमलाई लिएर प्रोपोगन्डा निर्माण गर्नु निकै अपरिपक्वताको उदाहरण हो। मनिषाको विरोध भएसँगै नेपाली जनता एवं सेलिब्रिटी कलाकारहरू एकजुट भएका छन्। उनीहरूले एक सचेत नागरिकले आफ्नो देशको खुसी र दुःखमा साथ दिनु, त्यो पनि आवश्यक परेको बेला निकै सराहनीय रहेको विचार राखिरहेका छन्। कलाकार तथा निर्माता दीपक राजगिरीले नेपाली छोरी भएकाले नेपालको पक्षमा बोल्नु कुनै अनौठो कुरा होइन र भारतीय मिडियाले यस कुरालाई बङ्गाएर प्रस्तुत गर्नु नै उनीहरूको समस्या रहेको बताएका छन्।
इन मिडियाले मनिषा कोइरालालाई नमक हराम भन्यो। देखो भाई लोग, मैं जिस ऑफिस में 20 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ, मैं अपने मालिक को बॉस कहता हूँ, बाप नहीं।
यसै गरी कलाकार विल्सन विक्रम राय, गायिका इन्दिरा जोशी, अभिनेत्री पूजा शर्मा, कलाकार कुमारकटेल जिग्री लगायतले पनि भारतले मनिषा कोइरालालाई गरेको रुखो व्यवहारप्रति असन्तुष्टि व्यक्त गरेका छन्। यता महानायक राजेश हमालले पनि भारतको पछिल्लो गतिविधि हामीलाई स्वीकार्य नहुने भन्दै आफ्नो विचार राखेका छन्।
Whatever sacrifices we have made in the past has been for one and only one reason, and that is to preserve and retain our independence and sovereignty. Therefore, the present landmass that we call Nepal has not been shaped without paying a price. Therefore, the territory of Nepal is something that the population of this nation, under no circumstances, are willing to compromise. And it's not a big deal because I'm sure India India not only understands this very clearly, but also highly identifies with this emotion, because India itself has gone through an arduous struggle against the heavy-handedness of its colonial powers. But we do not want to dwell on unnecessary braggadocio. Like we said, we in the past, in history, we've had our weaknesses. We had, our share of shortcomings. There was a phase of ignorance. There was a phase of, absent of political will amongst the political parties of the day, or the display of apathy by our political leaders of that time for some reasons. Now the time has, of course, evolved, the time has changed, and the population of Nepal, especially the youth, is of course not that of 1816 or 1857 or 1923, or for that matter, not even 1950 or 1962. The way the current scenario that has developed, clearly establishes that the population of this country are not going to accept any form of injustices lying down. Therefore, this time around, it's not even enough to appease the incumbent government alone, because this issue has been so passionately embraced also by the people of Nepal, that unless they think that they have been dealt justly and fairly, I, sadly and regretfully have this intuition that this bone of contention between the two countries is going to persist. And this sort of, a deadlock between two neighboring nations who for such a long time in history have shared common values, common culture, tradition, religious belief to a large extent, is going to affect not only the two nations concerned, but also going to hamper the progress and rob the much needed peace in this region. In recent news, when I hear that, when India cries wolf, vehemently, denouncing China, not showing respect to the sovereignty of India, and proclaims how China does not care for India's national or territorial integrity, it just seems like a case of pot calling the kettle black. And and India, for no doubt, India today is being a powerful country, not only of this region, but also a force that is to be recognized and respected globally. Needs to project or show some kind of magnanimity befitting the stature of such a nation, especially when it comes to its friendly neighbors. The current step that India has taken vis-a-vis Limpiadhura and Lipu Lake has in some way come as the last straw on the camel's back. It is not at all in the benefit of not only the two concerned nations, but also for the entire SAARC region, to say the least. It definitely not conducive for a nation like India that's marching ahead with global ambition, to have more than its share of neighbors that it has a hostile, relationship with. And the hostility looming in the air need not to persist, because anger and malice is going to take us nowhere. The consequence, of course, is going to be far more damaging for both the countries. So we here in Nepal only wish that Mr. Modi would overcome this challenge, not just with compassion and sympathy. Of course, we need that, but with all fairness and a good dose of empathy. Because we here in Nepal take the border, like I said, misunderstanding on an optimistic note, on the Indian part, with great deal of regret, and ask to return what is justly belongs to Nepal. All the historical evidence clearly points out, proves that Limpiadhura and Lipu Lake region is in all fairness part of Nepal. Therefore, as a country, as a nation, as the people of this country, we are just humbly requesting our friendly neighbor to look into the facts of the history, the statistics, and deal this matter with all fairness and justice, amicably, through cordial diplomatic channels, because this kind of antagonistic atmosphere in this region is not only not good for both the nations concerned, but for this entire region as well. I am sure, despite few ups and downs and challenging moments here and there, basically India and Nepal share a relationship that is probably unmatched anywhere else in the world. And this challenge that we are facing at the moment right now, India will deal very fairly and justly and come out with a solution that appeases the Nepali population and makes them feel that they have been dealt justly. Thank you.
यसरी देशको मुद्दामा कलाकार लगायत सारा नेपाली एकजुट भएर लागि पर्नु निकै सकारात्मक पक्ष हो। अझ कलाकार देशका गहना हुन्, त्यसैले उनीहरूले सम्पूर्ण नेपालीको आवाज बनेर उठ्नु निकै महत्त्वपूर्ण मानिन्छ।